Welcome to the AlmighTees channel. In today's video, we're going to continue with another in the Screen Printing 101 series. In this week's episode is an introduction to photo emulsion and its use, so stick around. We're going to talk about that next. So what is photo emulsion? Well, the very basic explanation is it's modified Elmer's glue with a dye and sensitizer added to make it react to the ultraviolet spectrum in light. The emulsion is coated onto your screen using a tool called the scoop coater. It's allowed to dry, it's exposed to light, and then washed out with water, and that is ultimately where you get your print area. Prior to exposure, emulsion is also water soluble, which means that it's broken down with water. Okay, so how does emulsion play a part in creating the stencil for screen printing? Well, the first thing you're going to need is a light source. And that light source is going to actually shine through your positive or your artwork. And what it's going to do, and since your emulsion is light sensitive, all the areas that your image wasn't, it's going to harden it. And the areas that were blocked by your image, since it's also water soluble, is going to wash away with water. And that is going to leave your print area. The most commonly used emulsions are going to fall into three main categories. Those have specific printing characteristics, and each one of those emulsions has specific properties that cater to that particular type of printing. So the first emulsion that we're going to talk about is what is called Diazo emulsion. What Diazo emulsion is consists of two parts, an emulsion base and a sensitizer. The sensitizer is added into the emulsion base, mixed in, and that is what creates the emulsion to be light sensitive. Some of the pros to Diazo emulsion is that it is inexpensive. One of the other pros to Diazo is that it is used as an all-around good emulsion for general textile screen printing. It's also got decent durability and holds very good resolution, as well as it is resistant to water-based inks. Now, what are some of the cons when it comes to Diazo emulsion? It's got a longer exposure time, and it's got a shorter shelf life. So after adding the sensitizer, you're probably going to get about a 4 to 6 week shelf life. Second type of emulsion that we're going to talk about here today is what is called a pure photopolymer, or an SBQ emulsion. A pure photopolymer emulsion is a one-part emulsion pre-sensitized, so there is no mixing involved. Okay, what are some of the pros to this pure photopolymer emulsion? Extremely fast exposure times. One of the other benefits to a pure photopolymer emulsion is it's got a very long shelf life. One of the other pros to a pure photopolymer emulsion is it's got very high resolution capability. What are the cons to pure photopolymer? One, well, that it is more expensive. It is more expensive per gallon per quart. And the third emulsion that we're going to talk about is what is called the dual cure. Dual cure emulsions are basically a hybrid. They've got some characteristics of a Diazo and some characteristics of the pure photopolymer mixed into one. What are some of the pros of a dual cure? Excellent resolution. It's got really good durability and very good flexibility, so you can use it with water-based inks as well as plastisol. The other pros of dual cure is it's got a wide exposure latitude, meaning that it's a very forgiving emulsion when it comes to exposure. Okay, what are the negatives? What are the cons to a dual cure? It's got a shorter shelf life. It's got a slightly shorter exposure time than a pure photopolymer, but then more than a Diazo. One of the other cons to a dual cure is that it does have a slightly better resistance to reclaiming chemicals, which when it comes to the reclaiming process, that is a little more trouble. So what are some major brands of emulsion? Well, one of the biggest ones that I know of is Ulano, Kiwo, Chromaline, and Sadie. Also, one of the major players in the manufacturing of emulsion. And if I'm not mistaken, they were the forefathers in what brought in the pure photopolymer, and that's Murakami. So there are going to be some key factors when it comes to choosing the right emulsion for you. What are some of those factors? Number one, what type of ink you're going to be using. If you're going to be using water-based versus plastisol, that comes into play. What exposure system are you using? Are you using black light? Are you using LED? Are you using metal halide or any other type of light source? Certain light sources are better utilized with the particular emulsion. Required stencil detail. What kind of detail are you going to be printing and are you going to need out of your stencil? Also, the reclaiming process. For instance, a water-resistant emulsion is going to be a little more difficult to reclaim than, say, a pure photopolymer or even a dual cure. There have been any things that I've talked about in this video that you'd like a little more information on, please drop them in the comments. We'll be happy to either answer them there or create another video addressing these issues. We hope you found this video helpful and informative. Would you mind smashing that like button? Or why not even subscribe to the channel? And if you do, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever we upload new content. Heck, you can even leave a nasty comment. Keyboard warriors are welcome. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.